And then that's when
you would have the dating resume of a Walmart greeter.
yeah, that's the thing. That's when things started to get a little sad for me when I started to think about filling out a dating resume. First of all, you would have like your work experience section. Like when you apply that to my dating life, I would have to explain like the several years gap in between my job experience. Then like, well, how would I explain that? Then, well, I guess I would have to say I was quote unquote self-employed for those years apart. And then you would have to put down your skills or on your dating resume. Like I don't know what you would possibly put on for any of this. So these are the questions that we're going to have for you. Okay,
Okay.
how do we fill out a dating application and a resume and all of this? And
Okay.
so, Jay, we're going to say something?
No,
No,
I can.
no, no, I heard you say something. So you're good.
Well, one thing I would
So,
like to say. Oh no, you can go on if you want.
no, go ahead, go.
Oh, okay. So one thing I would like to say is, okay, a dating application. I've done this ever since I was younger. Like this is how I used to meet guys when I was younger because of my situation being transgendered. It was a lot easier to just go online and go on these like social dating network sites, which are total bullshit in my opinion, and just meet people. So that's how I did it. But essentially, it's the same idea. Like you're gonna fill out an app. You're gonna fill out a profile, okay, and you're gonna send it. Like usually your physical stats. Once a guy mentions his dick size in those stats, it's over. It's like bam, no chance at all because you kind of get the idea that they want to just fuck you. But generally speaking, though, you just kind of want to make yourself come off like in a way pure and not overemphasized in like a sexual manner and just kind of like realistic at that too and enjoy your like just talk about your hobbies and stupid shit like that. But um I mean, it's kind of boring.
So it's basically like if you were going on, like you said, an online dating site,
Hmm.
just take that and just put it on paper.
Or
And if you
MySpace or Facebook, and just put it on there and just add a little more things like dating wise.
Yeah, but in this situation, you know for a fact that they're already interested in you. They're sending you the application. So it's different from a like eHarmony or OkCupid type of site because that's
Yeah.
just a bunch of random people trying to find each other. You at least know it's like at least they're interested in you and who you are. I mean, most of the guys
Well,
that
they're
are sending
interested
these
in my
applications
porn.
know a lot about. What's that?
They're interested in my porn.
Well, who isn't interested in your porn? I mean, you can't
See,
hold that against them.
See, but I always think in my mind, okay, like, so I might as well just go to the gym today, or I might as well just go to a club, or like, clubs are kind of like fruitless too, but I might as well just go out and just meet someone out there, you know what I mean? Because it's a little more real, it's a little hands on, they see you visually, and then you kind of just, get a feel for a person, like, it's more hands on. So I've had a lot of interesting experiences like that, and they're usually the funnest, they're the more entertaining ones, but, um, they're also like few and far in between too because like a lot of guys can be intimidated by you or a lot of guys like are like you know shy and stuff like that and a lot there's way more people on dating sites than like going out sometimes like usually people that are older and more experienced will like go out and look for that kind of stuff. I don't know.
I've tried the dating site things, and it doesn't work out very well. At least not for me. But then again, I'm not like a hot chick, so that kind of makes it a little bit more difficult. But so you tell us what to include, like your hobbies, just about yourself, and then of course I would assume that you would want a picture to go along with it, right?
Yes. Here's the other thing. Most of my, I do like to put a lot of like modeling pictures up and stuff like that, and it always gives the wrong idea too. Like, or if I like everything I do is kind of like over sexualized, and I don't really kind of intend for it to be that way because I just kind of I like to look pretty and stuff and take care of my appearance. But guys always I'm always giving out the wrong idea, and I'm always attracting the wrong kind of guys. Like I always attract, and this is like crazy when I tell you this, but I always attract the muscly like Guido, Or like nothing wrong with Guidos, but I mean I always just try like the typical like Jersey Shore guy, like on roids, you know? And they meet me and like they're just like hyper masculine. And I kind of like I don't that's not totally like my type all the time. I mean, they can be really nice guys, but they're like kind of some of them are like really domineering. I usually attract like more masculine like domineering types. And
So
I'm
what
dominant.
is your type? What is your type? What type of guy you're looking for? Both, psychologically and physically. What are you looking for? Are you doing anything
So hard.
specifically?
Well, I mean, I just like guys that are like really, really nice and sweet and like really attentive to my needs. I'm very, very high maintenance. And it's not that I like try to be, I just am. It's just naturally like how I am. And usually guys that are like more domineering or like aggressive, it just like makes my life hell because I'm just like totally turned off by it. You know, like I like guys that can really use their brain instead of like let their emotions take over them and get all crazy and fight and stuff like that. I'm not into like guys like that. I like really mature, cool, calm, collected kind of guys that are like educated. They don't even have to be like all like juiced up and hot and crazy and all that. You know what I mean? Or they don't have to have $1 million in their account. Like I'm just looking for someone who's like real.
All right, we got a couple people who are waiting to ask you a few questions here. So give me a second and let me try to connect one of our callers right now. Let's see what they have to say. So give me a second. We can get one of these guys on here.
Okay, this should be interesting.
I consider these people my competition, by the way. It's not my favorite part of this segment.
All right, so we're going to try to add Radamas here. So let's see what we can do here.
Oh my god, I know him. I talked to him.
All right, it's raining. It's connecting.
This technology's out of control.
What's that? I've never dealt with this shit before. It's awesome. Why have I never used this before? I don't know.
So, okay, we have to do 5 minutes per guy, okay?
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Finally on Soundtrack of the Week with me, Jay, and guess who else is here? We got Sarina Valentina. She's on the line. So, you got some questions to ask. So, just go ahead and ask away.
Hi, Sarina.
Hey, it's been a while since we've chatted.
Yeah, so how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just having my boyfriend application over on SOTW podcast, and I'm just having fun right now, interviewing some people. You're one of them. You're the first caller.
Well, I'm just calling in to ask questions. I'm not applying, as you know. Okay, so question. What type of guy are you looking for?
Oh man, that's so hard. Like it's just hard because there's so many different types. Like there's not really any type that I'm attracted to. It's just like it depends on chemistry, and the physical attraction too. I mean, but I mean I'm attracted to all different types of guys, and just someone who's not crazy and domineering and controlling. I can list all the bad things I don't want.
To expand on his question.
Did we get muted here? Hello?
Okay.
I think I just got
What
muted.
kind of guy are you not looking for? Like, what are some qualities that you don't want?
Okay. So I hate it when guys this is so negative. Well, I mean, I like it when a guy is open with his sexuality. Like, I'm not into, like, guys... Like, I hate those guys that, like, just fish you on. That they're like, oh, well, I've never been with a transsexual before. You're, like, the first transsexual I'm with. Blah, blah, blah. You should feel privileged. And I'm like, not really. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm worth or whatever. And I'm just not gonna, like, sit here and act like, I should be grateful that I'm dating you. Like, I'm no different than any other human being, girl, guy, whatever. So I mean, there's like guys that have a hard time. They like have a conflict with themselves when they're like dating me, and they don't like want to introduce me to their family, and like, they can't accept the porn thing and stuff like that. And I mean, it's whatever. I'm not gonna stop doing what I like to do. So it's kind of like if you don't like it, then don't waste my time. Like stop sitting here and acting like you're at war with yourself, and then take out like your frustration or like on me because you can't accept that with yourself. Like some guys do that.
All right, now, that leads to another question that the Rosales you had. You sent me an email, asked about concerning her career, and whether or not she would stop that. You had a question about that, correct?
Yeah. Now the question is, what if you choose a guy to be your next boyfriend? Will you contemplate leaving the business, or you continue to stay in the porn business?
I'm definitely going to stay in the business, and I'm definitely still going to shoot with male and female and transsexual talent, which is kind of intense and like fearful if a guy that is really interested in me hears that. They don't really take it seriously, But I know, like, at the end of the day where my heart lies, and I know that if I were to ever pursue a serious relationship during the midst of my career, that it would be successful in the sense that, I mean, if a person can make a sacrifice and trust me, then that's all that matters. Like with any relationship, trust is important. So.
And then you also had a question that had to deal with the distance factor. Can you expand on that also?
Yeah. Now, the other thing is, okay, let's say you like the guy's stats and both of you connect. The question is, will you move towards where he is, or will you have to move to Vegas where you are?
That's a really good question, actually. It really depends on the living situation. Like, okay, like, I mean, I have, like, 2 dogs. They're tiny dogs, but, like, if he lived in, like, this little tiny apartment in, like, I mean, it would have to do with, like, it would have a lot of things. It would have to do with, like, I mean, I can live, like, I have a free range of where I can live because as long as I travel to my studio and I shoot and I, book my things accordingly, it's all good. I can live in, like, mostly any state in the U.S. But it depends on how grounded he is there. If he's willing to take the chance and come out where I live and see what it's like where I am, then so be it. But I mean, it really depends on the situation, and I definitely could see myself relocating for the right guy.
Okay, let's say hypothetically, you choose a guy from, let's say, Kansas City.
Yeah, let's say it's that.
Yes.
Let's say that.
Okay.
And let's say that guy from Kansas City is like, I can't really move. What would be the response to that?
There's a lot of hypothetical questions tonight, but it's cool. I love them. I love them. Well, I mean, I would travel to Kansas City and I would see what it's like living there. I'd stay there for a while, kind of get a feel for it, And
Okay, so no.
well, no, seriously, like I have to see what I'm getting myself into, like,
Right.
And I mean, Kansas City.
Have you ever been to Kansas
Well,
City?
the problem with that question is that there's nobody that lives in Kansas City that wouldn't immediately move to Las Vegas if given a chance, let alone
That's kind of what I figured.
with the on the other end was her. Nobody would want to stay in Kansas City, so that situation would never happen. You would never have to move here.
So what if I just said, like, hey, come live with me in my sexy, nice condo in Las Vegas, and it's right by the strip, and we can party all night and have crazy, wild sex. Any guy would be there in a heartbeat, right? Unless they're gay.
Yeah, I would think so.
What's the email address I need to send my application to again?
It's on my Twitter, silly. My official one. Sarina Valentina at yahoo.com. It's so basic.